So Johnny, it's nice to sit down with you. It's nice to meet you. Thanks for being here.
Too. Thank you for having me.
Of course. New EP out, Teenage Fever. Congrats.
Thank you very much.
That's huge, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, we spent more than a year working on it. It's really cool to finally see it out.
It's so exciting.
Yeah.
So what actually goes on in a whole year of making an EP?
A lot of sessions. There's probably like 50 demos that we have that weren't on the EP that we made in like the last year. So we might release some of those this summer. We're not really sure yet. We've been doing some sessions in LA in preparation for the summer. So yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Okay, but why did these songs make the cut?
Well, they all kind of fit within the Teenage Fever kind of
Message?
concept, message. And that message it's like a collection of my experiences as a teenager and the things that I've gone through and the lessons I've learned. And it's like a timeline basically.
Okay, but I feel like it's mostly kind of about experiences with girls, right?
Yeah.
So what is that like, being that you're already in the spotlight? You've got a ton of followers in pretty much every realm. So is there any normalcy there? What is that whole...
Well, yeah, I am a normal person. I have a normal-ish life. I mean, I get busy from time to time, but then I go back to my regular-ish school with my normal friends.
Yeah.
So I mean, there is some normalcy in my life, and my parents have always kind of made an effort to keep me as normal as possible. So I think with that comes normal experiences.
Yeah, that's important. I want to hear more about your family, but first I want to kind of get the breakdown of this EP. Which ones are your favorite songs? Which ones you wrote? Which ones Darian wrote? Which ones were kind of a team effort, which seems like a lot of it is?
Yeah.
I want kind of like the whole rundown.
So the whole EP was me, Darian, and usually one other writer and one producer.
Okay.
And that's every song that we wrote, with an exception of like maybe a couple when Darian was doing like exams and stuff.
Okay.
So
she gets busy.
Yeah, she gets busy from time to time, but yeah. So all of them were ones that we wrote together. I think that were on the finished product.
How do you convey your message to your sister and this other person as far as what you want to convey?
Well, I mean, at the beginning of the session, it's usually like we'll have a little conversation about like, okay, like what have you been through recently? Like what has happened to you? What do you want to talk about? And that it kind of gets everybody on the same page writing wise, and then we just kind of dive into the lyrics.
I feel like so many people want to know who the songs are about. Is there anything you can give us there?
I mean, some of them are people that nobody watching this would know. Some of them, I guess, are about people that they would know about, privacy reasons. I'm not going to disclose anything.
Yeah. I get it. It makes sense. So have you had a girlfriend yet?
When I was like 11, I think, I went to like this school in Beverly Hills for like a year, and I had my little girlfriend for like 2 weeks. Okay. And I was like scared to talk to her. So we broke up. Very messy breakup, as you can imagine.
When I was in 7th grade, so I was 12, I also didn't talk to my boyfriend that I had.
Yeah. I think
literally
it's a theme. It's a real,
Yeah. So it sounds like right now you're basically just kind of, you have different romances that blossom, and it's more about random feelings that pop up, little flings, and kind of see how things go.
Yeah, I mean, well, that kind of embodies like the waste my time theme. The waste my time theme is like, this girl isn't probably good for you. Like you're not gonna last. But it's fun while it lasts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's like you said, like a little fling.
Yeah.
Type thing.
I kind of took the message of that song as being that you kind of do think it's worth her wasting your time because it is fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, it is.
Yeah, I mean, everybody perceives it in a different way, and that's fine. There's not like one fixed kind of concept. There's like a starting ground and like room to
interpret.
Perceive,
Yeah, that's music. That's cool. Okay, so let's talk about your family. Can we get a breakdown on who's who, parents, siblings, boundaries, relationships, closeness?
Well, I have three sisters. Lauren is my youngest sister. Darian is the one that I do all the music stuff with. We're the middle children. She's 5 years older than me. And then Madison is my oldest sister. She's 7 years older than me. And she is more of like the business, like type A type person. That's like her and Lauren. We're like kind of split into sides. It's like my mom's side and my dad's side. My dad is like very type A. My mom's just kind of like, you know what? Let's see what happens. Let's just do it. And like I'd say me and Darian are more my mom's side, and Madison and Lauren are more my dad's side. In some aspects, I look like my dad. People say that.
It sounds like you and Darian are maybe the closest, or do you not like? You don't have to choose either.
Yeah, I mean we work together a lot, so we're probably together the most. But I wouldn't say we have really like. I don't really have a sibling that I'm like closest with. Like they're all just kind of like my sisters. So.
And do you go to each sibling to talk about certain sort of things?
Yeah, probably. It's like creative stuff with Darian. It's just like drama with Lauren because she's like more my age and she kind of knows what's happening.
Lauren's your youngest sister?
Lauren's my youngest sister, yeah. And then with Madison, we talk about like psychology. Because she went to university, she did like a psychology course. And yeah, we mostly talk about like academic things.
Okay.
She's very academic.
And are you guys close as a family?
I mean, wherever we go, it's usually all of us that go as well. So, I mean, we were just at the Junos in London before we came to New York, and my whole family was there. And it's always nice having them there because, you know, it's like a support structure.
What are the boundaries with the parents right now? And I just feel like, first of all, you're obviously blessed and lucky and everything, but I also feel for you because you're 16, right? And you got all these eyes on you and you're trying to also just kind of do normal teenage things.
Yeah.
So how does that work with girls and school and life and parents and confiding in them and not and deciding all of that?
I mean, my life really isn't, to me it isn't like that hard. I don't have to work that hard for, I don't know, I have a different standard. I hold myself to like a very high standard, so I always feel like I'm not doing enough. But I mean, to me it's really not that hard to balance it all. And yeah, I mean, I'm still a normal kid-ish, so I still do normal kid things. Like I don't tell my parents everything about my life and stuff like that. So yeah, I guess there's still like this sense of normalcy there.
Okay, so that was another thing. I feel like you're really nice.
Thank you.
And you're welcome. And you obviously have a really good head on your shoulders. Basically everything you just said kind of
my dad
kind of shows that.
that.
So do you think that stems from your family, or is it just that you are talking to people who are older than you all the time, or where do you think that comes from?
Well, I mean, the talking to people older than me all the time, I think that's kind of where people lose their heads. But you know, the people that I'm talking to that are older than me are standing beside my dad, and my dad's like, all right, now if you get a big head there, son. So it's, you know, I'm always like kind of kept grounded. If I ever am feeling too proud, then it's like, all right, chill out.
And do you get there sometimes?
I mean, yeah, you know, sometimes you'll like do an arena, I can't talk. Sometimes you'll do an arena show and you'll get off stage and you'll kind of like strut around. And my dad will be like, calm down.
Casual like, arena show.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that's kind of hard not to have.
I mean, yeah, and that's where people go wrong. Like you don't have a strong support structure to keep you on the ground, and then you know you do a couple arena shows, you start feeling nice, and then it kind of just exponentially happens.
Yeah, this is so cool. You're 16 and doing arena shows, which is just honestly blows my mind. Do you think that this is preparing you for a life of fame, more spotlight?
Well, I don't know. My ultimate goal is to be able to do arena shows, like my own arena shows. That would be like really, really cool for me. And kind of have it just like get to a point where I can just go anywhere in the world and like meet people and perform for people. That's
Sell
always
at a show.
Yeah, I mean, I've always loved performing, so that's probably my ultimate goal.
So I want to know about your business mindset. As far as even being able to think of goals and where you want to be in a year. Okay, I want bigger venues. Not everyone who's 16 would think, even if they're even just in school, not everyone would think, okay, I want to be in an AP class next year or whatever it is. So do you feel like you have a business mindset whereas other people your age may not be in that same place?
Well, I feel like I have the foresight of having lived in the adult world as a child, so I know how the world works to an extent. I don't know what I don't know. But you always have to be striving for something bigger. If I wasn't, I'd feel like something was missing, and for me, it isn't bigger venues. Obviously, if you sell them out, it comes with like more money, more success. I don't really care about that. I just want to perform at bigger venues because it's more fun.
Yeah.
And you get to
That's
have
what I
more
figured.
production and it looks cooler.
Yeah.
That's what I'm worried about.
And it's growth. It's a sign of growth, I think.
It's growth. Everybody loves to feel growth. Everybody loves to feel success. So, I mean, yeah, that's what it's about for me. I guess I have a business mind because my dad has kind of been like teaching me about life since I was pretty young. Because he's in the business world, and I guess probably would have loved to figure out about it sooner rather than later.
So you get to learn from him.
Yeah.
And I know you've mentioned that people in the industry often overpromise and underdeliver.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of flakiness.
Yeah.
Where does that come from? Have you had any specific experiences that taught you that?
Well, I mean, not gonna name drop, but
we want positivity here and learning and growth and everything.
Yeah,
so.
But on the subject of learning and growth, this is something that if you young artists may be watching this, you'll have to deal with this. You have to expect this, but you'll have a meeting. Everything will be great, and maybe there will be a producer in that meeting, right? And in the meeting, he's talking big, like, "Oh, we're gonna do so many sessions. We'll make an album together. Oh, it'll be great." And then you go to message that guy, and maybe he doesn't respond. So that happens a lot.
It happens a lot.
It happens, yeah.
I know that too.
Exactly. So people talk all this game, and then a lot of people don't necessarily deliver. I'm very blessed to have been working with people that are really good. Like Universal is amazing. Island is amazing. Triller is amazing.
Love it.
Yeah. So yeah, we're in a very good place right now with things like that. But yeah, you have to expect the unexpected.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so let's go back to your start, your foundation. When you made your first YouTube video, how did that idea even come about? Let's make a YouTube video today.
Well, it was my sister Darian's idea. I don't think it was it was very like spontaneous. It wasn't really like planned. She was like, "Hey John, do you want to sing?" I was like, sure.
Were you already singing?
No, I wasn't doing anything really music-wise. And she was just watching cover videos on YouTube, and she was like, "Hey, it'd be fun if we did that." And I'd be like, "All right." So we did it, and then within a week, I think it had got about 1,000 views, and we were like, "Oh, that's awesome! Like, people are actually watching this that we don't know." And
so no publicity there, no promo.
No publicity. It was just all like YouTube recommended. A lot of people found me on like other artists' videos at that time. And yeah, I mean, I didn't get any real publicity until like 2013, I think, and that was the Ryan Seacrest Bieber off, or maybe late 2012, and then that's when I got my first taste of mainstream media. But yeah, it was all very organic. I didn't really know what was going on until I was like 11 or 12, and then I realized like, oh, this is actually like, this is real. Like, we're really doing this.
So what between the years and when you were 11 and 12, I know you mentioned 2011 or 2012, so how much time was between that first YouTube video and when you started realizing what was happening?
The first YouTube video was December 2011. So I was 8 turning 9 in January. I probably didn't realize what was going on until like 2013, probably in like the summer when we had started. I think that was the first time we did Summer Madness, and my YouTube channel really started to grow as we uploaded more. So I was like, whoa, this is weird. Like, people are like really liking me. So that's when we started to ramp things up a little bit.
But before that, you would see numbers and not really think anything of it?
Yeah, I mean, I had been seeing those same numbers since I was 8 years old, so it was just part of my life. It is part of my life.
Yeah, it's just regular.
Exactly. So there's really nothing, I don't really remember that much before I had my YouTube channel. So, I mean, I guess, like, to me, it's always been a part of my life. It's a lot of what I remember.
So tying in social media, and obviously Triller is social media too, given that you got your jump from socials, how important is that to you now versus then?
Well, I mean, socials are an amazing way to connect with a lot of people really quickly, really efficiently, and I love it. I love that. I love being able to talk to people and interact and meet people that I see online and that are constantly giving me love. So I mean, Triller is just another way to do that. Like, it's with the added bonus of also being able to edit your own videos, which is, I think, is really cool. We'll talk more about that later.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, social media is still important. I'm not really at the point yet where I can use social media less and rely on the mainstream media more for promotion and stuff. We have to do a lot of it ourselves. So social media is a great marketing tool. It's a great tool for talking to people that support me.
Why is Triller a platform that you want to be on?
The reason I've been using Triller for like multiple years, and it's not even like posting them publicly, just saving them and sending them to my friends because they're like fun to do.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah, they're like legitimately fun to do. Me and Mackenzie and I, used to make Trillers when we were on tour with like Kylie Renee. We just do it for fun. But Triller, I love Triller because you can edit your own videos. You don't need to have the skills or the resources to use like Final Cut Pro, and you can do it really quickly, really seamlessly, and then you can make them actually funny and keep it all on one platform, which I think is awesome.
Exactly, and tease your music, or just promote your music, or just kick off a challenge or whatever you have going with your music, which is also really cool. Okay, give us the rundown on a day in the life of Johnny Orlando on the road and at home.
Okay, on the road, so if it's a show day, I'll probably wake up at like 8 on the bus. We'll have load in at like 11 usually, and then I still have to set up all my own like audio stuff. So I'll like talk to the sound guy. I'll plug in all my things where they need to be plugged in.
Damn, that's respectable.
Thank you. And then we'll do like a little line check. We might like go to lunch for a bit, come back, sound check, and then once the sound check's done, we let the ultimate VIPs in. We do like another little lunch with them, a couple slices of pizza, you know.
So that's usually meet and greets with your fans and stuff?
Yeah, so this is like the highest tier meet and greet. So they get to come in super early. They like hang out with me for like half an hour. We eat some pizza, we talk, and then I do like a little acoustic kind of sound checky performance for them. And then after that, it's the VIPs that come in, like the VIP meet and greets. So we'll have the stands all set up, and I'll go and stand in front of them. We'll make like a little line, and then the VIPs will come in. They'll like trickle through the line, take some pictures. It's all fun. And then after that, I usually go backstage, really have another snack. We'll chill for a bit until it's my time to go on. I'll go on.
Do your thing.
I'll sing. I get off. And then, what do we do after that? Oh, then we hang out backstage for like another half an hour while people exit the venue. And then I take all my sound stuff down. And then we put it back in the bus. And then sometimes we'll have dinner in like this city that we're in, maybe just like next door. And then sometimes, if we're in the US, we'll just order food usually. And then we go on the bus, might watch some TV, some Netflix, some YouTube, who knows, Triller, and we go to sleep.
Nice.
And we do it all again.
So it's a long day.
Long day, but it's fun.
And home, I guess that day could probably just totally vary.
Yeah, I mean, weekend or school day?
Weekend.
Weekend, okay. Wake up at like 1.
Really?
No, I wake up at like usually like 10 to 11:30. Have breakfast, go back up to my room, play video games for like 2 hours. My parents will go and tell me that I need to do my homework, so I'll do my homework for like another 2 hours, watch some Netflix, have dinner. We might go to like a movie sometimes on the weekend, or we'll just like watch TV downstairs, or we'll have like an extra long dinner because we're talking about stuff, and then go back upstairs, watch some more Netflix, and go to bed.
And do friends and parties and stuff, or not really too busy for that?
No, I don't really. When I'm home, it's kind of like it's just like chill mode because
Relax.
I'm usually have been somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like when I get home from New York on Wednesday, Thursday, I'm just gonna do absolutely nothing.
It's
just
the
sit in
best.
my room and sleep for a really long time.
It's the best in general, especially with your schedule.
Mm-hmm.
So how did you meet the Zieglers initially?
Oh wow. All right, yeah. Okay. So my old producer knew Mackenzie's old producer somehow, and they set up like a meeting. Mackenzie was recording like her album at the time. This was like 3 years ago, and we went into this studio. We met her. It was like super awkward. We had no idea what to say to each other. I don't even know if she knew who we were at the time, but Lauren and my other sisters had watched Dance Mom, so they knew who she was. We kind of just walked around. She showed us the studio. We like made small talk for like half an hour while the big boys were talking, and then we like set up another session for to make the song Day and Night, and that's how it happened.
So the first meeting wasn't too awkward. And by the end, you were like, okay, we could do this again.
Yeah. It was really awkward at first. Like we had no idea what to say to each other.
Yeah.
And we kind of like got into a little rhythm, but then we met again at the Kids' Choice Awards, and then it was cool.
Okay, a couple kind of one or the other questions.
Okay.
Are you usually late or early?
Ooh, it depends who I'm with. If I'm with my mom, late. If I'm with my dad, early.
Okay. Chipotle or Moe's?
Chipotle, I don't know what Moe's is.
Really?
Yeah.
It's
Is that
essentially
bad?
the same thing except not as good. So I side with
Chipotle.
you. Yeah, Chipotle.
All right.
What's your favorite meal?
I just had some really fire tacos. So tacos right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you name one fan? A fan's name?
Yeah. There's a fan actually in New York, Angela.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did you connect with her via a meet and greet or online?
I've met her a bunch of times. She comes. She's like a super fan. She's awesome.
She's
comes
a true
to,
supporter.
Yeah, she comes to like everything, which is cool.
Cool. That's awesome. That just shows that being a true fan kind of pays off.
Exactly.
Text or call?
Text. I don't like calling people. Unless it's like a voice. I will not FaceTime you. I will not FaceTime.
Really?
Anyone. I hate FaceTiming.
I love
FaceTiming. I like calling people sometimes. If they call me, I'll answer. But I hate FaceTiming people so much.
But if you're gonna either pick up the phone or text, you'd rather text?
If it's a FaceTime, yeah.
But
if
what about a
somebody-
regular call?
I'd call them, yeah.
Can a girl and a boy be just friends?
Yeah.
First time you were recognized?
I think it was in downtown Oakville. I think it was, no, it was in, or was it in LA?
South Carolina.
Oh, right. That was one of the first times I was recognized, right. I was in South Carolina at like a water park, and some kids recognized me. That was like the first time. We were filming a video there. That's what we were doing. And some kids recognized me. That was like the first time.
And what was that feeling like?
I thought they thought I was Maddie B. Until they said my name. Then I was like, oh, you actually know who I am. Cool.
You're like, oh, hi.
Yeah, hey.
I'm Johnny. When you do have a girlfriend, will you share that relationship publicly or try to keep it private?
It depends how old I am. I probably won't have I don't really want a girlfriend right now, to be honest. I don't want a girlfriend until I can drive. I have my learner's permit, but until I can drive by myself, G2 November. So hit me up in November. We'll see.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the most embarrassing moment you can think of, either with your family, in public, anything you can think of?
I don't really get embarrassed that much.
You never fell down the stairs or something?
Oh, sorry, I just touched the mic. No. I'm really bad at remembering this kind of stuff.
That's fine.
I know, I say this a lot. People will say something completely that doesn't warrant a thank you, and I'll be like, thank you, or sorry.
Yeah.
Or they'll be like, have a great day, and I'll be like, sorry.
Yeah.
It's the Canadian in me.
I used to work at a bakery, and it would be this was in high school, so I was probably your age. Mm-hmm. So many people would be coming in all the time, and you're like, thank you, bye, whatever. And sometimes I'd throw out there, love you, just as if you're on the phone or whatever. So I can relate to that.
I've done that before.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, damn it. I don't know why I said that to you. Number one best way to stay humble.
Ooh, have good parents or good friends that have your best interest in mind.
Will Darian ever step into the spotlight?
Ask her.
I have a few times.
She has a couple times. She plays guitar sometimes. I doubt you'll ever sing though, in a feature on a song. Maybe.
Do you sing?
Imagine a Darian world tour.
Yeah, I feel like I would assume that you'd be pretty good.
You can sing doesn't mean you want to though.
Yeah. That does make sense.
Probably not. But
Okay.
She should.
Biggest thing that you want to work
Um.
on? Personally, musically, whatever.
I probably want to. Well, I want to keep developing my voice, but I want to keep developing my skills as a musician. So, guitar, piano. I want to learn the violin. Eventually, when I have time. No, and yeah, I want to develop my skills as a writer and a singer as well.
Now, I know you like Justin Bieber and Shawn Mendes, right? Is there anything that you admire the most about one of them or the other one?
I mean, they have a lot of things in common. They're both very hardworking Canadian. They both do pop music. I guess the only difference between them is their style. Mm-hmm. I guess Justin Bieber is more traditional pop. Shawn Mendes is more like indie pop, I guess, on this new album. But I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to choose.
Okay, and they're similar. And how do you feel about Justin Bieber comparisons?
It's flattering.
Yeah, I would think the same thing.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I don't take any offense to them. If you want to compare me to Justin Bieber, go right ahead.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a cool dude.
He's the top at the top
exactly.
in pop. And you can obviously say no to this, but would you sing briefly? Give us a little something?
Ooh, I don't know. Should I give him a little, got me feeling like there ain't?
You honestly don't have to if you're not comfortable, but I would love it.
All right, this is the middle chorus part. I didn't waste my time. It got me feeling like there ain't no need to think beyond tonight.
So good.
I like it when you waste my time. All right.
That's it.
Yeah.
That was good. You're so good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What's up, everyone? I'm Johnny Orlando, and I'm with Saige right now.